This is Chapter 9, Section 1, Problem 14. Consider the two savings plans below. Compare the balances in each plan after 4 years. Which person deposited more money in their plan? Which of the two investment strategies are better? Yolanda deposits $400 into her account with an APR of 5%, while Zach deposits $480 at the end of each year into an account with APR of 5%. Okay. In this case, we're using an annuity formula here. And I rewrote this formula for a calculator. And this is Yolanda's rewritten in here. We know that they tell us $400 is her payment. APR is 5%. Monthly payment in is 12. And it's a 4-year period. In APR, we see that in the formula. That's what that comes out to be there. And N times Y, 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 48. And then we can plug directly into our formula. So it looks something like that here. And from here, we can basically enter it into the calculator and follow the order of operations. So I have 1 plus 0.0. Then I have 4, 1. Okay, so I added those two together. Hit clear again. So I have 1 plus 0.00 4 1 6 6 6. So I added those two together. I get that value, and I raise it to the 48th power. Okay. And then I subtract 1 from it. There. And I get that value there. And I multiply it times 12. And I multiply it by 400. I get that value, 1060. And I divide it by 0.05. And I get $21,205.95. And this is what she gets there. $21,205.97. Okay. Now, if you notice, when I did mine, when I did my calculations here, I didn't round any numbers. It appears that they may have rounded all along and throughout. They rounded, and they have a slightly different number here. So when I did everything in the calculator, it wasn't rounded. And then they did the same thing for Zach. His payment was $4,800. So let's take a look at Zach's plan. Here's Zach's plan here. $4,800. The APR was 5%, and he deposited once a year, and he did it for 4 years. So the APR divided by 1 is 0.05, and N times Y is 4. So you can plug into your formula from there. And from here in this form, you can just follow the order of operations and literally solve for it. So I'll hit clear. And I have here order of operations within the parentheses. So I have 0.05 plus 1. And raise that to the 4th power. Minus 1. Times 1. Times 4,800. And that's what they have there up top. And then I divide that by 0.05. So that's the Zach's amount there, $20,688.60. And what do they have here? So in this case here, and it's right to the penny. The difference is that with Yolanda, when they were doing the percents, they had repeating decimals, and they had to approximate them. And so when you approximate, before you do your final calculation, you can have a slightly different answer. In this case here, the decimals terminated, so they stopped. And so you get it right to the penny. So that's the savings plan after 4 years. So they want to determine who deposit more money into their account. Total repaid for each one of these. For Yolanda, okay, $400 was put into her account every month for 4 years at $19,200. For Zach, $4,800 was put into account once a year for 4 years. It's the same amount. So they both deposited the same amount of money. But in the end, Yolanda had the most money. In the end, Yolanda had $21,205. And in the end, Zach had $20,000. So Yolanda's strategy for investment strategy was better.